hell we got going on here, guys. The views are absolutely crazy. Hi, my name's Josh and I make videos outside. Today's New Year's Eve and I'm off out into the mountains of Tenerife solo for 2 nights camping. I'm not actually on my own, I'm with the big dogs, Molly and Evie. It's part of the reason why I'm actually coming up here. It's New Year's Eve. They go crazy at fireworks. Betty's at work, so I'll be sat at home on my own with the dogs all night. So it's better to come up into the mountains than stay at home. We had a message the other day from someone asking about how to camp in Tenerife. And if you clicked on this video to find out how to wild camp in Tenerife or any information about it, well, sorry to let you know, wild camping is banned here. But maybe there'll be a few tips in this video. We'll see. We parked up in Villa Flor, and then today we got a nice easy walk to the first camp, and then tomorrow we're going to hike up to the edge of the crater. It surrounds the southern side of Teide, and then down into the Valley of Dreams for the last night, and then the last half day drop back down the Villa Flor, hopefully back in time for dinner. So we just come up to Galleria Cruz de la Niña. It's like a mine, but a well, but a horizontal well. So they dig into the mountain where they get water. There's hundreds of these on the island and most of them are not active anymore. Some you can get water from and some you cannot. If you're going on a day hike, it's good to plan the route around some gallerias and then you can see if you can get water from them, because if you're going camping it's really important that you have a good source of water near you, otherwise you have to carry lots of water. Now we need to walk to a galleria where we can actually get some water from before heading off up to the camp spot. We finally got to the Galleria where we can get some water, loaded right up, filtered as much as I could, and then took the 2 filter bags and filled them up as well. So I'm currently loaded up with 6 litres of water because there's nowhere to get water now until tomorrow about lunchtime. So I need enough water for cooking, a bit of cleaning and for walking tomorrow. So now I'm heading on up to the camp, about another hour trekking, and I'll see you there. finally arrived. Perfect place to see in the new year. Camp Deadwood. Time to get everything set up and relax. I'm fuggered. It was a lot harder than I expected today, to be honest. Lucky Betty wasn't here, she would have been super grumpy. It said 500 meters climbing on my plan, but ended up being over 1,000. But there we go. Sit. Sit. Good girls. Jesus. To give you an idea of what it's like hiking and wild camping in Tenerife, today I walked from one area to another. It took me 4 hours. In total was 5.5 hours with the filming and stuff. And I didn't see one person. Not one person. All day. Wild camping in Tenerife is banned. It's illegal. The same as all of Spain. But imagine you're a person that respects the nature and values morals over laws. Isn't banning camping the same as making a homeless person a criminal? Is it morally wrong to go camping as long as you respect the nature, do it discreetly, don't disturb anybody and leave no trace? It's like the riddle, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it still make a sound? Well, good night YouTube, and I'll see you next year. Good morning guys. Happy New Year. Good way to start the year on an adventure. Now I need to pack up. You should never stay in the same spot 2 nights in a row. And I like to get packed up, tent down, make a coffee and watch the sunrise. If you hear the sound of dogs barking in the morning, that means it's hunters. So they could be in your area, so pack up as fast as you can. The hunting season is between August and September and supposed to only be on Sundays and Thursdays, but I have heard them and seen them on Mondays. I've had a few encounters with some of these dogs, but they're quite obedient. Just shout no at them and normally they'll back off. Unless you're with 2 dogs that are on heat, then they don't listen to you. Now I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my coffee and then make sure everything's perfectly clean, leave no trace, and mission on up to Las Lajas, the official campsite, for my first water refill of the day. It's an absolutely beautiful morning this morning, so clear. You can see La Gomera, El Hierro. Can't quite see Gran Canaria from this side, but look how clear this is. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Not a breath of wind. First climb done. Already sweating buckets. So time to strip off some layers, because I don't want to get soaking wet. That's not a good idea. Fuck that up, didn't you? Molly, you fucking idiot. Come on. Come here. Get you. Get you now. Molly, come here. Okay. Molly, stop going in front of the camera. I'm trying to take a shot. You've ruined it now. Come on. But this climb is brutal. Absolutely brutal. The climb goes all the way until the end of the day, up to over 2,000 meters. So, yippee! I love it. So we're just coming up to Las Lajas now, finally. Have a quick pit stop there. I was going to get some water, stop and get some water as well, but I think I'm going to have enough until we get to camp tonight, to the second water place. Here we go guys, arrived in Las Lajas, a legal place to camp. It's good to include these places in your route if you're out in the wild, because you can get some water here. And if you've got any trash like I have from last night, I'm gonna dump my trash in the bin so I'm not carrying it further on up the hill. But the problem with all these official camping zones now is they've changed the booking system. So you can only book a maximum of 2 weeks in advance, and that means if you want to go on a weekend, you need to be there waiting on the computer to book exactly 14 days before the slot becomes available to book. So you can't plan like a month ahead, you're not allowed. And then that's if they're even open at all, because since the lockdown, what, nearly 2 years ago, half of the campsites never reopened, and then the ones that remain open and close week to week, depending on, yes Evie, come here then, depending on what nonsense law the government comes up with week to week. So really you can't plan to legally camp in Tenerife anymore. It's very anti-camping. But still, you can come here for a barbecue in the daytime, just they won't let you camp anymore, or you have to book. I don't know, it's a nightmare. That's why people might choose the wild camp now. Need to chuck my rubbish in the bin, then head on up to the edge of the crater. A long climb, innit Evie? But you're strong, yes I'm so strong, Evie's so strong. Yeah, I'm a strong dog, yeah. Aren't you? Good girl. Hey guys, so we made it up to the highest point of today, the ridge of the crater, and it's absolutely beautiful up here. I mean, it's so clear as well. Gran Canaria, behind me there, you can see clear as day. Then if I spin around this way, over there you can see La Gomera, El Hierro. And then if I go around, sorry Molly, if I go around this way, there you can see La Palma. looks amazing. The views are absolutely crazy. This here is the border between the two parks. You got the national park, Tenerife Park, there. You never want to camp in there because it's an UNESCO zone and rangers everywhere, people everywhere. And then on the other side here, down there, is the Corona Forest Park, which is where some people might camp. But I just got to walk along this ridgeline now and then drop down, get some water and onwards to the Valley of Dreams. But honestly, the scenery up here is amazing. It doesn't feel real, it really doesn't. It's a bit of a dodgy trail we got going on here, guys. Jesus Christ. Watch a bit. Is this the right way, Molly? Or are you going to kill me? Huh? Yeah, it's the right way. Jesus Christ. Go. Okay guys, I've arrived at camp. Only a couple hours till it gets dark, so not too much messing around filming pretty shots right now. I just want to get set up and eat some food because I'm absolutely knackered, and so are the dogs. Wow, that was a long day. That's all I can say about that. Up and up and up and up, not even 20 kilometers, but it felt like forever. And fair play to the dogs for making it. They're completely knackered now, completely. But I've got everything set up and now I'm just relaxing, waiting for my dinner to cook. Now I'm going to give you some real tips about camping in Tenerife. First, your tent, make sure it's set up to be pegged down with rocks, no pegs, because especially in the south, you're going to never get a peg in the ground. It's just rocks. Tip, just be warned of the weather, because it can change like dramatically throughout a day. To thick cloud, like you're shivering, to pure sun, and you just want to wear a vest. So you have to be carrying enough layers to cover every situation. But yeah, at night it can drop below zero quite easily, especially if you're up in the mountain. Like where I am today, I'm at 2,100 meters, so it could get cold later, but I don't think it will. Good morning guys. I slept for like 10 hours, amazing sleep. And then this morning just got up, seen a bit of sunrise, packed everything up, made some coffee, fed the dogs with some warm water, and then cleaned everything up. Hashtag leave no trace. I'm currently walking back to the hiking trail so I can make my way down to Villa Flor. It's one thing that I do when I camp. I always camp at least a good 300 meters away from any trail and even further from a dirt track. And by me doing that, I've never had a rude awakening, which is something you don't want when you're camping. You want to be able to relax, not stress about someone coming pissing on your tent or something. Anyway guys, that'll be it for me. That'll be it now from me. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to see more adventures in the mountains or at sea, or whatever I think of, please think about subscribing. I'd appreciate it if you left a comment and gave it a like. If you made it this far, I'm impressed, because most people only watch 3 minutes of my videos and I feel like I'm just wasting my time. But if you did watch it this far, please let me know. And again, really appreciate you watching. See you next time.